Good to go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are Faber-Castell Creativity for Kids, and we're so excited to partner with Michaels today to bring you a class on one of our favorite activities, which is rock painting. So we have lovely Meredith here, and she is going to show you some really fun, festive ways you can paint your rocks and hide them and have fun with them. So take it away, Meredith.
Well, hello to everybody out there. I'm so happy to be here. And we have done this rock painting before, and I love doing it every single time. And today, like I mentioned just a couple seconds ago, if you do not have a little bit of water with you and some paper towels and some scissors, you might want to go over and grab those items now, so you can join us in painting some fun rocks. And today we will be painting our rocks with the theme of St. Patrick's Day and spring. So start thinking about what you might want to paint on your rocks. And I'll go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside.
And if you have any questions, you can feel free to put them in the question and answer chat.
Okay, so let's get our top view going. So we have our paint. Ooh, we have our paint brushes. We have a nice fine tip paintbrush for details. And we have our broad brush for painting large surfaces. And we have our sponge, which we'll use this to do our transfers, and we'll get to that a little later. We have our handy dandy instructions, which I'll put these right over here so we can look at those while we're creating. We have our awesome foil transfers, and there are super cute little black and white transfers. All these fun faces and little creatures. And then we have our little stickers that you put on the back of your rock. And it's kind of hard to see what they say, but they say Creativity for Kids. And that's so when you hide them, people can find them and go onto our Facebook page and share what you find. So, oh yeah, and the rocks. We have our rocks. You get 2 bags full of rocks to paint on. So plenty of surfaces to paint. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing it says is to cover your work surface with newspaper and have a cup of water and paper towels handy. And wear an old clothes and a smock so you don't get any paint on them. So let's do that. We'll move all this stuff out of the way. And now if you do not have this kit at home, you can find your own rocks outside, or you can find seashells or maybe even acorns. And then you can get some paint from your Michaels store. We use acrylic paint, and this paint is really nice. It doesn't come off in the weather. So you don't have to put a coating or anything on it, but it's a special kind of acrylic paint that stays on the rocks really well. So, and then you'll just need a paintbrush and then you can play along. So we've got our area all covered. And okay, the next thing it says is to rinse and dry the rocks before you begin painting. So I'm going to just kind of wipe them off a little bit because they're not really that dirty. Sometimes they just get a little bit dusty though, because they're packed together. So here we go. Ooh, wow, look at all these different shaped rocks and different colors. So while you're pulling out your rocks, you can kind of see what shapes they are. So this one's kind of like a little triangle. And triangles are usually pretty good for butterfly wings. Ooh, maybe that should be the first one that we do is a butterfly. Let's do that. Okay, so since we have done this before, I found that it's very helpful to paint your rock white first and give it a little bit of a base coat, just so all of the other colors will pop on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this triangular rock and paint it with our broad paintbrush because we want to cover a lot of area in a little amount of time. And you can see, you just load up your paintbrush and paint. And since this is a dark rock, it'll be very helpful to cover it with the white paint first. So it doesn't take too long for the paint to dry, but it does take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna put this one aside. I'll put it over here on this extra piece of cardboard that I have. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and paint another couple with some white paint to prepare those for whatever else we want to paint on them. So we'll just, ooh, this one's kind of pink. That's pretty. So you never know which rocks you're going to get in our kit, but they're all very nice size. There's lots of surface to paint. So Jennifer, while I'm painting these rocks white, getting the base coat all prepared for them, do you have anything in mind when you hear the word springtime?
I think of flowers when I think of spring. What do you think of?
I do too. I think of flowers, I think of butterflies and caterpillars.
Bees.
Bees and snails.
One of our friends says ladybugs.
Oh, that would be super cute. Maybe we can find a rock that looks really round and make a ladybug out of that one. This one. This is
Another friend says rain. I think of that too.
Oh yeah.
Flowers, cute baby animals, the pool, bunnies. Ooh, we got lots of friends are saying things. Easter, four-leaf clover.
Oh yeah. Those are all great suggestions. I do think of rain as well. Maybe we can do like a rain cloud and then a rainbow because rainbows usually happen after the rain. Oh my gosh, this one reminds me of a frog. Maybe we can do a frog. Okay. We've got lots of cool ideas. Thank you for everybody who submitted
and they
an
keep
idea.
coming. Lots of more. Robins, birds, fossils, willows, deers, rainbows, flowers, Easter eggs.
We're gonna need more time for our class. Those are great. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 painted up here. And then I did a couple over here before the class started. So we have 7 rocks all prepared to paint. Now, when you change your paint color, like after, so I just used the white, I just rinsed my paintbrush and you can just dry it off with your paper towel, set it aside. And if you got paint on your fingers like I did, don't worry about it. It just comes off with soap and water from your skin. So it's very safe and easy to come off. So we said we were gonna start with our butterfly first. Okay, so I think it looks like a butterfly wing. And in my imagination, I see the little butterfly body here and then creating 2 wings. So it's kind of a side view of the butterfly. Now, if you want, you could use a pencil and actually draw the little body and draw the wings so you know where to paint. But like I've done this before, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do just with the paintbrush. So I'm going to just jump in with the paint and go ahead and paint. So for our little butterfly body, I'm going to use the green. And sometimes the paint needs to be mixed up a little bit. You might see a little bit of like wetness on top. And that's very normal for acrylic paint. So you might just want to mix it in a little bit just to make sure that the paint is all ready to be used. There we go. Wipe off the excess. And we'll make a little butterfly body. So I'm going to start with the head, with a circle for the head. Oh my gosh, this green matches my nail polish. Cool. And then the body, I'm just going to make a line down and kind of curve it a little bit like it's in flight. So just like that. And if you think that you're not happy with the coverage of the paint, you can always paint 2 layers, but I'm pretty happy with the coverage of this paint. So that's our body. And what color should we make our butterfly, Jennifer? What do you think?
You know, I love purple.
Ooh, purple. Okay, we're gonna do something real cool here. We're gonna do a little bit of a fade. So we're gonna make a lot of it purple, but while the paint is still a little bit wet, we're gonna put some blue in there too. So it's kind of a purpley blue butterfly wing. So happy to show you guys how to do this. Okay, so our purple needs to be mixed too. And I'm gonna just use the back of my paintbrush to do that because I don't want to load my brush up yet. So just using the back of it, you can mix it and then wash it off. And wipe it off. There we go. And let's open up the blue. Same thing. So just gonna use the back of the brush to mix it, and we're all mixed good, 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 good. And we'll wash it off. Okay. So like I said, we're gonna use the purple first. And I just got about this much on the brush. So not the full entire brush, just the tip of it. And we're gonna start by the butterfly's body and go up like that. And I'm not going all the way to the edge of the rock because, like I said, we're gonna put some blue in there and it's gonna be like a really cool purple to blue fade. There's the top wing. Here we go. Cool. Okay, we got our purple. I'll wash off my brush. And now we're gonna get just a little bit of blue on the tip of the brush, like that. You can see just a little bit of blue. And now I'm gonna start from the edge where it's white and paint towards the purple. And you can kind of just blend it in into the purple. And it creates a cool faded effect like that. So now we have a purple to blue butterfly wing. Okay, wash off our brush. So now it's time to add some detail, because right now it just looks like a green body with a gigantic one wing, and we want it to look like there's two wings. So you can do two things. One, you can wait till this dries, and then you can get like a black permanent marker, and you can draw the wings, and then kind of outline the body and give them little antenna. Or you can use your brush, your fine tip brush, and grab some black paint and paint it on. So for those of you who like to draw a little bit more, or you think you might have a little bit more of a steady hand with a marker, you can do that. But for those of you who have the paint right in front of you, like I do, we can just paint it. So I'll go with the top wing first. And just kind of creating two triangles with soft rounded edges to create the wings. So here's one as the top wing. And then for the bottom wing, I'm gonna go towards the bottom. Like that. So that's the basic idea for turning a triangular shaped rock into a butterfly. And right now I'm just outlining the body with the black, and outlining the head with the black. And we're gonna give them little antenna so they just kind of stick up like that. And if you have good control with your fingers, you can even put a little tiny little smiley face like that. So here's our butterfly. Happy spring butterfly. Now, butterflies usually have different designs on their wings as well. So you can add more design and detail to your wings. So I'm just gonna put a shape in here like that. And after you add your shapes, you can paint them in different colors too. Like that. And just circle up here. Cool. Okay. One butterfly coming right up. So we'll put our butterfly over here by our ladybug. Hello, ladybug. Okay. Now it's time to start another one. I think I'd like to do the one with the rainy cloud, because that way we can create a rainbow coming off of the rainy cloud.
I love that idea.
Cool. So I think I'm going to use a rock that's shaped like maybe an oval. So then I can put the cloud over here and then the rainbow coming off of the cloud. And maybe the cloud will have a smiley face, because that's really cute. So let's try that. Okay, so our rock is already white, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the white again and just paint out my cloud so I know where it is, where I want it. And how do you make a cloud is by basically like a lot of little circles. So like you start with one circle and that's kind of the edge of the cloud. And then you add another circle, maybe a little bit bigger, and that's the bottom of the cloud. And you overlap the circles. So here's one circle, here's one circle. You know, maybe I'll make a light blue so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So when you want to make a color lighter, you just add white. So I'm going to use this little bit of cardboard as a palette and show you how to make a light blue. So you start with white and you kind of scoop it onto your palette like that. And since blue is so much darker than white, you only need a little bit of blue. So just dip your paintbrush in maybe like that amount and mix it together until you get a nice light blue. So that's pretty. Okay, so let's start this again with our circles to make a cloud. So I did one circle here for the side, and then one circle that's a little bit larger down here for the bottom of the cloud, and then one a little bit bigger for the top of the cloud, and then another one that's kind of smaller to finish up the side of the cloud. So I can see this probably better than you guys can, but don't worry, we'll be outlining it later. So that little cloud will dry while we add our rainbow. Okay, so we need yellow and what else? Orange, red. I guess we can just do all of the colors really. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the lighter color and then go to the darker color. So the lighter color being yellow. And we'll start at the cloud and just make an arch, an arc, like that. Ta-da! Okay.
It looks lovely, Meredith. And we actually have been having some questions on the stickers or the transfers. So do you think you can show those in a little bit?
Sure, we can do that after this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, those are really fun to use. And I think we have some rainbow transfer in there. So if you don't feel confident in doing your own rainbow free-handed, you can just follow the guidelines of our rainbow transfer. So we have our orange. And our red. There we go. And the surface of a rock, as you know, is really bumpy. So sometimes you might have to go over what you're painting a couple times and maybe move your paintbrush in the different direction in order to get the paint in all of those little grooves. I'm gonna do purple. And if your rainbow goes a little wonky like this, doot, 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 don't worry about it because you're going to put another color over top of it and it'll cover it up. So it's all good. So the blue is dark. It will cover up my little imperfection there with the purple. And really little things like that just give your paintings and your drawings more character. So don't worry about messing up. It's not really messing up. It's just giving your art character. Ooh, I love this blue. It's really pretty. And then we'll do green, and then we'll outline our cloud. So while I'm painting, I'm kind of thinking where I should hide my rock once it's all dry. Where it might be fun for someone to find it. Jennifer, do any of our friends out there have any suggestions as to where I could hide my rock?
Yeah, friends, tell us where you would hide yours. And just for a quick reminder, it's really fun to hide the rocks because then, you know, you can have a neighbor find them or someone find one and you'll put a big smile on their face. It's really fun to just be walking around and you see a colorful rock sitting in the grass. I love to hide them in the summer. Oh, so we got some ideas. Some say bushes, a nearby park, in a tree, by a lake.
I love that suggestion to hide it in a tree because you wouldn't normally find one in a tree. So that would be really random and fun.
Yeah, I agree. In a play set, by the swing set, in the grass, in the mailbox.
Oh my gosh, in the mailbox,
Idea.
that would be fun too. These are great ideas. I need to paint a bunch of rocks and put them in all of those different places. Okay, so I outlined our cloud and we have our beautiful rainbow. And now I'm gonna just put a little smiley face on our cloud.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. Happy little cloud. Oh yeah, we did say this was a rain cloud, so I'm gonna put a couple raindrops underneath. Yay. And to make raindrops, I'm just gonna use the blue and make little dots, kind of like coming down from the cloud. Here we go. Cute. Ta-da! We have rock number 2 done. Here you go. So once this is all dry, what we're talking about hiding our rocks, before you hide it, you should put one of these stickers on the back of it. And you can see that it has a Facebook and an Instagram message on it because we have a group on Facebook and on Instagram that people share the rocks that they find and they take pictures of them and share them online. So this is where they might share it or where you might want to visit with the assistance of an adult to see what other people have done in creating rocks and what rocks they found. Wouldn't it be fun if you hit a rock and then you went on our Facebook page and you saw the rock that you hid that someone else found? Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool. Okay, so we're gonna do a transfer. Should we do a metallic one first, or should we do one of our other ones? What do you think?
Maybe the 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day.
Perfect. Great idea. So I just want to mention on the back of our transfers, there's a dotted line. And this is a line that you can use to help you cut your design out. So what you're going to do is just take your scissors and follow the dotted line. So you just cut out one of your transfers at a time. Ta-da! And you'll notice there's a clear piece of plastic over the transfer. So you should keep that on until you're ready to transfer it. So right now I'm just going to close up my paint pots. There we go. Except for the green one, because I'm going to paint our rock green, the one that I want to put our transfer on. So let's see, let's find a rock that the transfer would fit on. You kind of have to just eyeball to see if it'll actually fit. Something like this might be a little too small. So we need a large enough rock. Oh, this one will be great. So the size of this rock will definitely hold this transfer very well. So we'll go ahead and paint up our rock. There we go. And since I painted it white beforehand, this green is really nice and bright. And when you paint your rocks, you don't have to paint the entire rock. You can just paint the face that's facing up. Or if you do want to paint the whole thing, that works too. Today, I'm just painting the top side of the rocks. But our stickers stick well to both the painted and the non-painted rock surface. So while this one dries, I'm gonna put him aside. While that one dries, I think I'm gonna prepare our ladybug one as well. So I'll come right back to the transfer, but since it does take just a few minutes for it to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of our time and prepare a rock by painting it red to make it a ladybug. There we go. So I would love to see your rock painting creations. So if you do have the opportunity to take a picture and share it online with us, I think that would be really fun to see. And if you don't have that opportunity, that's okay too. You can just hide it in some place where someone might find a lot of joy in finding it. Okay, you go over here and you come back here. Okay, so now it's time to put the transfer on. So you can just peel off the top layer, this little clear plastic part. You peel that part off and you can throw that away. And just like the transfers that you might put on your skin, you flip the shiny side over and you put it on your rock. And you kind of hold it there in place. And then you need your little sponge. Get your sponge nice and wet. And then you wet your transfer, and you want to wet the design. You want to make sure that you wet the design all the way, and you kind of hold it in place and wet the paper all the way around. You don't want to make it move, so you have to be careful to just hold it in place while you're wetting the paper. And kind of push down on it, because what you're doing right now is you're releasing the transfer from the paper onto the rock. And when you think you've got it pretty good, you can kind of lift up, look underneath in one of the corners to see if it's transferred or not. Here, mine is starting to transfer. So you can see, just slowly push it up, bring it up. Ta-da. Slowly. Oh, mine got stuck just a little bit on the edge. So you can kind of just push it down with your finger and smooth it out. Ta-da! Look how cool that is. Oh, that gold just looks so neat.
I love it.
If you hid this out in nature, it would definitely catch someone's eye because it's so shiny. Yay! So that's fun. Let's see, what other transfers do we have? Well, we have cute little faces. Maybe we can use one of these little faces for our ladybug. So that's a fox. This is, oh, this could be a fun little ladybug face. It's like, it's so sunny. This little face has sunglasses on. So let's do that one next. We'll put that one aside up here. Okay, and just like the other sheet, the back of it has the lines that help you line up your scissors to cut whichever decal out that you want. Okay. So the direction of our ladybug, I think, will be this way. So I'll put the face up here, and then a ladybug has a black line that kind of goes down the center of it. And that's really, that represents the separation of the ladybug's wings. And then like this ladybug, you can see, has a bunch of little dots on its wings and little antenna. So we'll be using this ladybug to kind of inspire this ladybug. All right, so like we did before, you just take off the clear paper from the top, put it aside, and then you place your little transfer where you'd like it to go on your rock and hold it in place. Oops. And then you wet your sponge and get the paper all wet. And push down on it to keep it in place and to transfer the little face from the paper onto the rock. Now let's see if that's worked. Ooh, yeah, that came right off. Here we go. This is our ladybug face when it's sunny outside. Hello, I'm the start of a ladybug. Okay. Now the transfer, it's a little bit wet right now, so we're just gonna let it dry. But we're gonna work on the rest of the ladybug. So let's see here. We need our fine tip brush. Here it is. And we need the black. And we're gonna start by making a line right around where the little sunglasses are to represent the ladybug head. So we'll grab some black and just go around like this to represent our ladybug's head. So Jennifer, has a ladybug ever landed on you?
Yes, of course. How about you?
Yes, and I heard when a ladybug lands on you that you should make a wish because it's lucky. Have you heard that before?
Oh yeah, they bring good luck, definitely.
Yeah. So then from that line, we're going to go straight down its back with our black. And then we're going to add some antenna. So my antenna is going to be a little squiggly line, a little loop-de-doop at the end of it. Like that. This is one cool ladybug dude. And then we'll put our dots on. One, two, three, four. Oh, this is so fun. Yep, painting rocks is so much fun because there are so many different ways you can paint them. You can paint them for every single occasion and hide them around your neighborhood to celebrate all different things. You can even paint them for someone's birthday.
Yeah, and they just spread happiness. You know, when you find one, you get a huge smile on your face.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Is our
Beautiful.
ladybug done?
I love it, Meredith. Great job.
It's so funny. I love the sunglasses on. Okay, so ladybug friend, you'll go over here and we'll put this ladybug back over there. Okay, cool. All right, what else do we want to do? We played with our transfers.
I think we have time for one more.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we were going to make this one into a frog. What were we going to do with these? I don't remember. Oh, we said a bee or a caterpillar. Oh, a flower. We need to do a flower.
Yeah, we had a lot of requests for flowers and bees.
Okay, so I'm choosing this rock because I can kind of mentally see a stem coming up here and this larger area being perfect for a flower. So that's what we'll do. And I think I'll start with the flower part first. And we'll do a yellow center because I know butterflies and bees are attracted to bright colored things, and yellow is very bright. So we're going to make a flower that the butterflies and the bees would just love. So nice bright center. And then maybe We will do, we already used the purple. Maybe we just use the red. How about orange? We'll do orange petals. I wonder if anyone out there knows what kind of flower has a yellow center and orange petals. Does anyone know? So to make the petals, I'm just making a line that's kind of smaller towards the yellow circle and then gets wider as it goes out. And that's how I'm making my petal.
And lots of friends are saying a daisy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm making a daisy then. I don't know. It's kind of a flower I'm just making up in my head. What about a sunflower? Oh wait, I think sunflowers have brown or darker centers. So just to let you know, when you're painting, you can change the width of your line that you paint by applying more pressure. So when I was talking about making the line thinner towards the circle and thicker as you paint outward, you just want to apply a little bit of pressure towards the center and then apply more pressure, and then it makes the line get wider. And you can practice this. It's fun to do just by painting on scrap paper, or you can just practice when you're doing your rock painting too. Cool. There we go. All right, we have our flower part painted. Now let's do our stem. All right. So we'll put a straight line down for the stem, and then we're going to add a leaf to it. And to make a leaf, it's kind of like an oval with a pointed tip. So there's the point, and just like that. So you can see this is our flower. And maybe we want to put it in a field of grass. So you can just add some more green brush strokes to create your grass. Just like that. And maybe your flower grew after it rained, and this is a happy little cloud because he's got a happy little face. So then that makes this a happy little flower. And so we need to put a little happy face on the flower. So hold on. Let me get the black out and we can put a little happy face on the flower too. Just a teeny tiny little dot for an eye. And another teeny tiny little dot for another eye. And then a little smile. Oh, hello. Ta-da. So we have our happy cloud that rained and then created this happy little flower. So what do you think, Jennifer?
I love it. Great job.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
Thank you to all of our friends for joining us today, and we hope that you feel inspired. And just don't forget that you can rewatch this class on michaels.com/online classes. So you can relearn the techniques and also ask an adult to help you look at the Rock Facebook page where you can share rocks with your fellow friends. And we just thank you so much, and thank you, Michaels.
Thank you so much, Michaels. And thank you everybody for being here with me. I look forward to doing more classes, more rock painting with you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.